Have you ever wondered, while seeing so much in this world, where did this life actually come from? Surely this question must have come to your mind at some point. Were we like this from the very beginning, or was it gifted to us? The answer is no. Life is not just a mystery for you, but for the entire galaxy. Today, humans are making such progress using intelligence and capability, but this is the result of billions of years of evolution. Still, the question remains, did life come from outside, or did it begin here on Earth? And how did all of this happen? My friends, there are countless such questions, and with them many hidden mysteries. So make sure to watch the video till the end, and if you are new, subscribe to the channel. Let's begin the video. Life is that achievement of this world which exists in every corner of the Earth. Everywhere, life is thriving. Among all creatures, we humans are the most intelligent. That's clear because while some animals are still struggling for food, we humans are dreaming of living on Mars. Scientists believe that the beginning of life on Earth was a rare event, about 4 billion years ago. But how did we develop so much over time? Let's understand. Humans today are inventing so many things and we have everything. Simply put, humans are the most powerful species on this planet. But the journey of our evolution has been full of struggles and challenges. So in this video, we'll take you back in time to when this world was a fiery ball of molten rock. We'll see how life began and how we became the intelligent beings we are today. About 4 billion years ago, Earth was just a ball of fire. Everywhere was hot lava, surrounded by clouds of gases and dust. Looking at it, it didn't seem like life could ever develop here. Scientists say that around this time, the seeds of life were born. But where did life come from? That answer still isn't clear. Some believe it came through meteorites from other galaxies. Others think it began in Earth's oceans through a mix of chemicals. Theories suggest that life began in water in the form of single cells. According to mythology too, life's first seed came from water. These single cells were our ancestors. Inside them was DNA, carrying codes and information. These cells could pass on that information through genes. For about 500 million years, life remained in these single cells. Around 3.5 billion years ago, cells began replicating themselves, making copies. This was a turning point. From here, life started progressing. For 2 billion years, old cells kept creating new ones, each carrying more developed genetic information. Eventually, some cells combined, merging their genes, creating more complex cells. Mutations began, leading to multicellular organisms. Life evolved further, and new types of creatures appeared in water. Among them were small, blind worms, about 3 inches long, which couldn't see light. But to survive, they eventually developed eyes, a process that took around 20 million years. Now, for the first time, our ancestors could see this colorful world. Then came the need to process what they saw. So a small brain developed behind their eyes. Our ancestors gradually evolved into fish-like creatures, capable of making decisions. But as mutations continued, some dangerous species also appeared, becoming predators. To survive, our ancestors adapted, developing tougher skin, hiding in shallow waters, and eventually doing something no other creature had done before. Around 375 million years ago, they raised their heads out of water to breathe air. This led to the development of lungs, allowing them to live both in water and on land. By 365 million years ago, they stepped onto land for the first time. On land, there was oxygen and food, but also harsh sunlight, which made their skin thicker. They learned to survive. Their brains developed further to store information about this new world. But survival wasn't easy. Competition with other creatures forced further adaptations. About 250 million years ago, massive volcanic eruptions in Siberia released carbon dioxide, trapping heat. The Earth warmed drastically, plants died, and 95% of species went extinct. Only 5% survived, including our ancestors, and some that would later become dinosaurs. Dinosaurs then ruled the Earth. To escape them, our ancestors became small, mole-like creatures, hiding in burrows. Their bodies grew hair, which provided insulation in the cold. That's why even today, our body hair stands up when we feel cold. To avoid predators, their senses, sight, hearing, smell, grew sharper. Their brains became larger, enabling quick decisions. Over time, they shifted from laying eggs to giving live birth, with mothers feeding infants through milk glands. This was a huge evolutionary advantage, allowing survival. From this stage, mammals emerged, ranging from tiny mice to whales, and eventually humans. Still, dinosaurs ruled. But then, 65 million years ago, a massive asteroid the size of Mount Everest struck Earth. The impact caused volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and fires. The atmosphere filled with dust, blocking sunlight. Dinosaurs perished, but small creatures like our ancestors survived underground. This disaster gave mammals the chance to thrive. Over time, they evolved further. About 56 million years ago, our ancestors lived in trees, much like monkeys. But when climate changes reduced forests, they had to adapt again. Their tails disappeared, hands and legs lengthened, allowing better climbing. Later, about 4.4 million years ago, they descended from trees to the ground in search of food. Now, standing about 4 feet tall, with brains the size of an orange, they began walking on 2 legs. This freed their hands, making survival easier. Evolution continued, and about 2.3 million years ago, our brains doubled in size. We became Homo habilis, the first toolmakers using stones for hunting. This innovation marked the beginning of human intelligence. Later, with fire discovered from lightning, humans cooked food for the first time. Cooked meat was easier to chew and digest, giving more energy to the brain. Gradually, our brains became sharper. Then, mutations in throat muscles allowed speech. We could now communicate. From single-celled organisms 4 billion years ago, through countless struggles, extinctions, and adaptations, we became the most intelligent species on Earth. We domesticated animals, learned farming, invented thousands of tools, reached the moon, and now dream of Mars. But have we ever thought, how did Earth itself become so perfectly suited for life? If you'd like to know, write in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it.